Somebody asked me this. I was in an interview. A man said, how do you know you're a leader? The answer is when people are following you. Well, what do I mean by a cultural superpower? Well, culture is created in many different ways. It is who we are, our age, our race, our gender. I'm a New Yorker. Do I have any New Yorkers in here? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, all right, okay. So some of us are from the north, some of us are from the south. Okay, so we are different. Organizations are different, right? The athletics department is different than the management department, than the leadership, department. Okay, so accounting. So all of that is different. If one of you is missing, it would change the culture. Does that make sense? Right? So it's like a secret sauce. So I really believe that when we are really operating at a high level, we're looking at the talent. How many of you run, on the relay team? Yeah. So your talents complement one another. I used to run too. And thank God I did, because, pulling it at the end is tough, right? So each one of us, though, has a different function. Obviously, you all are here because you value education. So that's one shared value that we have. I really believe that every single last one of you matter, okay? You have been uniquely created to be you. Going and going and going. My leg is hurting. My hands are numb. I didn't even realize that I had all these physical things going on with me until I stopped. Will you take a moment, pause, rest, include that in your daily schedule, include that in your weekly schedule, include that in your monthly schedule? 3 lessons I learned as I was recovering. It's important to, 1, be alone. It's important to be still. And it's important to be quiet. I didn't know anything about this, but guess what? I was forced into stillness. Our nation is sleep deprived. For the last 9 months, I've been recovering from surgeries. And I said surgeries: knee surgery, neck surgery, and to top it off, a broken foot. And I kept trying to work, believe it or not, throughout that. And it wasn't until I got to my doctor when I broke my foot and she said, Elaine, I want you off your foot for 6 weeks. I was so in shock I didn't even hear that. I didn't know what she meant. I went back 4 weeks later. She says, you've been on your foot. You have 2 more weeks. I literally got penalized because I would not stop. What drives us to do that? It was then that I realized that I was doing damage to myself. And in that moment, I turned off everything. I spent days, weeks in my house being still, being quiet, and being alone. And I'm here to tell the story.